Hey there, Matt Sanford with the LifeWorks group. And, it was once proclaimed in song that love makes the world go round, and I get that. We are no doubt wired for relationship and connection. Just look to decades of attachment research, if you actually needed research, to reveal what we see everywhere, including what goes on inside our own hearts. When you were in middle school or high school, did you want to fit in? Did you want a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Have you ever been lonely? Yeah, enough said. Of course, the other side of connection and belonging and intimacy is experiencing rejection or criticism or ostracism, misunderstanding, neglect, or being ignored. This can happen intentionally or unintentionally, can it? We've all experienced people being a jerk, but also someone just being a boogerhead. Shoot, I've been that jerk and that boogerhead myself. And it happens pretty often, doesn't it? Mean people will be mean pretty regularly. Even good people, if you're close in proximity to them, you'll find they have tendencies to be insensitive, forgetful, distracted, prone toward being defensive, or something that makes them fall far from perfect. You see, I suspect this has something to do with sin and the disease that we're all infected with. But there's the rub. If love and connections or healthy relationships make the world go round and human beings tend toward being self-centered, the world's going to have a big problem. What do we do with that? Well, what we've often done is defend ourselves, attack back, get revenge, give the silent treatment, pull away, or end the relationship. These approaches mostly have to do with protecting ourselves, and I'm not against protecting ourselves, but what does it do to relationships? This really doesn't promote connection, does it? Because you really can't both promote connection with someone else and promote that connection, protection, with yourself at the same time. Hold on, did I just catch you off guard? Because that's usually what we do want, isn't it? I want to be connected and affirmed by others, but I also want to protect myself from hurts and then manage relationship wounds by doing some of my own wounding, although I'm probably not thinking clearly about that in the moment. There's this book by Sandra Wilson in which the title sums it up quite well. Hurt people hurt people. But if a lot of the time we get hurt by other people protecting themselves, and then we respond by hurting back in order to protect ourselves, then it's no wonder that we're a society that hungers for connection and acceptance. This approach, for the most part, means we're protecting ourselves at the expense of the relationship, which really means that we're stabbing ourselves at the very same instant that we're trying to protect ourselves, and that's tragic. I believe the solution for this conundrum is so simple that you'll probably have difficulty swallowing it. So I give you the apology. This is when we lay down our defensive protections and in the moment when we're about to hurt the one who's complaining about a hurt or who's maybe trying to be vulnerable and make a connection with us. I have to say that it seems like apologies have gone out of style lately. Maybe it's all the posturing and image management we see so often in the media. I don't know. But it's not healthy. Not when we live in a world of flawed people trying to connect with other flawed people. Let me give you 4 reasons why we don't apologize. The first is that they started it or they hurt me first. Well, isn't this a grade school response? Where has it ever been said that if someone hurts you that it's okay to hurt them back or that it justifies your mean reaction? We teach children this isn't okay, but we become adults and then all bets are off. Number 2 is that they need to be taught a lesson. Well, who knows? Maybe they do. The question, I guess, is who appointed you? The focus of these first 2 is to say that the other person was wrong also. Why do that? Well, to lessen our guilt by sharing it somehow. Number 3 is if I apologize, they'll use it against me or rub my nose in it. This one means that I don't want someone to actually know that I've messed up, as if that person thinks I have no flaws. 4th is the biggie. It's that it's embarrassing, meaning I don't want to swallow my pride. Isn't that what most of these reasons are really about? We don't want to acknowledge our weaknesses and mistakes to ourselves and admit them to others because it requires vulnerability. Okay, so apologies are uncomfortable. If you're my age, you may remember watching the TV show Happy Days and how the Fonz wasn't able to say he was wrong. He would stutter the word and then he'd say he wasn't right. Let me give you 4 ways that apologies are beneficial and worthwhile. Number one is apologies keep us humble. Apologies remind us of our frailties, and that's healthy. Number two is because apologies require vulnerability, they build our courage and our character. Who do you respect more? A person who appears perfect or one who opens up about their flaws and struggles? The third one is apologies restore relationships. Remember, we are made for relationship. And simply because humans aren't perfect, that makes the skill of apologies a requisite for healthy relationships. In a lot of cases, it's a requisite for the continuance of the relationship. Number four is apologies are an expression of love. Being willing to apologize expands our capacity for love. There you have it. Next time, I'm going to swing to the other side and take a look at those who apologize too much. I'll see you then.